So what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the JeffMan316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host as always, JeffMan316. It's time to talk a little bit more about Halloween Ends. Had a lot of discussions going on with you guys out there, and one of the topics that always pops up is this character of Corey Cunningham. And so I started thinking, is the inclusion of Corey going to affect the storylines of the other major characters that are left over from the other films? And is he going to cause us to waste one of those characters and then not to be fully utilized or fully see their story unfold the way it should? That's what we want to talk about in this video. So let's get into it. Let's go. So like I said, we already know, if you watch my other videos, if not, go back and watch them, that Corey Cunningham is going to be a major character. There's multiple versions of this film out there, Halloween Ends, based on the screenings, and in all of them, he's at least going to interact with Allison in some way. Someone, I think one of the screener had in a romantic relationship. So with that being said, if Corey is going to be the center of this story, it seems, and Laurie, Allison, Hawkins, and Lindsay are left over from the original cast from Halloween and Halloween Kills, how do you think their characters are going to be handled with all this focus on Corey? Are they going to be wasted? I do. I think at least some of these characters are going to be wasted. So let's go through each one at a time, and I'll give you my feelings. Number one, I don't think Allison is going to be wasted as much because she's going to have some kind of relationship, either romantic or just an interaction, maybe through therapy, with Corey. She's also got the relationship with Laurie, so I do feel that Allison is going to play an important role. From what I've read in all of the different screenings, she will be involved in that final fight in Laurie's house. But I don't think you're going to see the full potential of her character. Remember, she had her mother, her father, her best friend, and her boyfriend killed. She's been through so much trauma. If there's any one character that deserves a story arc to come to a complete finish, it's her. And I really hope they don't do something silly and have it to where Corey either escapes or ends up affecting Allison down the line or leaving her story open-ended, because her character deserves some kind of closure. Speaking of closure, let's go ahead and talk about Laurie. So in this film, it seems like, from what I hear, Laurie is going to be satisfied with sitting back, not thinking about Michael at the beginning, and writing her memoirs. So with that being said, I read in one description that she's going to be interviewing some of these main characters like Lindsay, and everything that went on as far as related to Karen and all of the events of Halloween Kills. I do think that Laurie, to me, has the potential of being wasted a little bit. And let me get into it, because she has the character that I think needs the closure the most. This story is supposed to have been about her and Michael. With the inclusion of Corey, I think it takes some of the focus off Laurie, at least for the first half of the film. And I think that is the total wrong thing to do. After 40 plus years, this movie should 100% center around Laurie and Michael. I've said it in multiple videos. The inclusion of Corey is going to take the Laurie story and it's going to shrink it down to where it's probably only going to be a major impact in the final act. But I really do think Laurie and Michael should have been the main focus of this whole movie. So then you got, Hawkins. I've heard that Hawkins may have a romantic relationship with Laurie. I don't think Hawkins was ever supposed to be a major character, but after the events of Halloween Kills, I think he deserves a larger role. Why? Number one, you see him in the flashback scene. And number two, he's in the hospital with Laurie and gives her the revelation that Michael was never after her. I think the two of them should end up together. He should be involved in everything that goes on with Laurie, and I think he should help her wrap up this story. It should not be Laurie alone. And I think if Laurie lives, she deserves a happily ever after with Hawkins. So he potentially could be wasted, because if you're putting all that screen time on Corey, that means less screen time for him. The character of Lindsay Wallace, I think, deserves to be a pretty major character in this. Why? Number one, she was in the original movie. She survived the original Halloween massacre of Michael Myers. Number two, she survived Halloween Kills. Now, I know obviously Tommy didn't, But there was a pretty significant scene in there where Lindsay was in the car, escaped while Michael was slaughtering everybody, and they end up finding her and taking her to the hospital. Her story needs some kind of closure. Why did you include her as much and in a key scene in Halloween Kills if you're not going to do anything with her in Halloween Ends? And from what I hear, she may only be in one scene, and it may only be where Laurie's interviewing her because of the events of Halloween Kills. That's a total waste of the character. Why did you include her in Halloween Kills? Let her do something important to serve the story here. So, I didn't mention it at the beginning, but I'm going to go ahead because I want to save him for the end. Last but not least, let's mention Michael Myers. Could he potentially be the one that's wasted the most? If you're going to have the opening act center on Corey and how he might have accidentally killed that child, you're going to have Corey bullied. You're going to have people chasing him. You're going to have him possibly discovering Michael and him coming some type of copycat killer. If he's taking up all that screen time, where's Myers? And if Myers is injured and Corey or somebody has to nurse him back, what the hell, dude? Are we even going to get any good kills with Myers? Is Corey going to get it all? I've speculated and everybody thinks Corey is one of the Michaels, quote unquote, that shows up in the trailer. Corey even took up screen time from Michael in the trailer. That's ridiculous. Maybe Michael would be the one that's wasted the most. So my top two would be Michael is wasted the most because Corey steals some of his screen time. And number two, possibly Lindsay, because I think the writers themselves didn't give her character due justice. I think she deserved to be more in the film. The ultimate victim here could be Michael. How ironic is that? So let me know what you think below. Who's going to be the most wasted character because of Corey? Sorry, I'm starting to rant. Maybe I need to do another Corey video. Yeah, that's a topic that I think everybody needs to talk about from now until when Halloween Ends debuts on October 14th. So until then, anytime you watch one of my videos, drop a like on it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that normal YouTube stuff. I love you guys, and I'm going to keep talking Halloween until I'm blue in the face. And hopefully you'll come back and watch the videos. So until next time, boys and girls, this is JebMan316, your pop culture reporter, signing out saying, you guys be safe out there from the boogeyman.